across the ring, and now the Demon King has ascended.
Finn Balor's music had played. His entrance was done. He was standing in the ring at US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, Minnesota at SummerSlam 2026. Sami Zayn had just completed his entrance. The bell was seconds from ringing on what WWE had officially promoted for 2 weeks as a singles #1 contenders match. Finn Balor versus Sami Zayn, one-on-one, for the right to challenge CM Punk for the undisputed WWE Championship. And then SmackDown General Manager Nick Aldis walked out. In the interest of fairness, he said, in the interest of what was best for business, he was adding another competitor. Gunther's music hit. Gunther walked to the ring, shook Aldis's hand. And then Aldis came back a second time. One more. Kevin Owens, absent from WWE TV for 17 months following career-threatening neck surgery, appeared to the largest crowd reaction of the opening night. A singles match became a triple threat. A triple threat became a fatal four-way. The 2-week promotional campaign leading to SummerSlam featured that match as a standalone personal rivalry between two men with genuine history.
See, I made a second executive decision, and that was to make this a fatal four-way match. One more participant.
To understand what WWE took from Finn Balor at SummerSlam 2026, you need to understand what he did to get there. On July 24th, 8 days before SummerSlam, Finn Balor won a fatal four-way on Friday Night SmackDown in Oakland, California. His opponents were Damian Priest, Trick Williams, and Royce Keys. In the final sequence, with the Bloodline faction members Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, Jimmy Uso, Jey Uso, and LA Knight swarming ringside and creating controlled chaos, Balor kept his composure. He escaped Priest's South of Heaven finisher, connected with the Sling Blade, and finished Priest with the coup de grace from the top rope. He won clean. That victory earned him the right to face Sami Zayn at SummerSlam in a singles match, one-on-one, with the winner becoming #1 contender for CM Punk's undisputed WWE Championship. WWE.com officially listed the match as a singles no-one contenders match between Zayn and Balor in the weeks before the event.
For the win! Bullseye! Here is your winner, Finn Balor!
Here's the institutional reality behind the SummerSlam booking. WWE had 3 separate things it needed to accomplish in a single match. First, Kevin Owens needed a return. He had been away for 17 months with a neck injury described at the time as potentially career-ending. He was one of WWE's most overperformers, with a built-in emotional arc. His best friend Sami Zayn had just won and lost the WWE Championship, and Owens had been shown celebrating Zayn's win from backstage at Night of Champions. The personal dimension was already established, but Owens needed a moment, a match, a contract re-entry that generated maximum crowd response and immediately established him as a main event player. Second, Sami Zayn needed to be positioned as a credible near-winner who was denied rather than beaten outright. He had held the title for 9 days, a genuinely emotional tenure, and been beaten by CM Punk in Chicago, his rival's territory. His story required a close loss, not a clean one-on-one defeat. The Zayn-Owens friendship had been one of WWE's defining emotional storylines for 2 years.
What the hell?
In the match itself, Finn Balor performed. He was not buried in the traditional sense. He got his spots, he had his sequences, he showed out. What he did not get was the match's decisive sequences. Kevin Owens went right after Gunther and Balor when the bell rang, physically dominant in his return, delivering a swanton off the apron onto all 3 men on the outside. Gunther eventually slowed the pace. Owens went for a swanton onto Zayn, and Zayn got his knees up, selling Owens' neck injury. Zayn went for the Helluva kick, Gunther cut it off with a sleeper hold, and then Balor came off the top with the coup de grace, his finishing move. The move that had beaten Priest 8 days earlier on SmackDown. He hit it, he went for the cover, and Gunther broke up the pin. The final sequence was Owens versus Zayn. Balor and Gunther had been taken out of the picture. Owens countered a Zayn Helluva kick with a super kick, then landed the stunner. He covered Zayn, 3 count. He was not the one taken out with a sustained sequence to build sympathy. He was not the one who got the near fall the crowd reacted to. He was the performer whose coup de grace was interrupted. That is a specific booking instruction. It means this man's finish cannot be the climax of this match.
That may have knocked out a tooth. Stunner to Balor. Sleeper. Stunner to Gunther. KO. Stunner. Cover. Welcome back.
SummerSlam has a specific relationship with Finn Balor that the booking community has discussed for a decade. In August 2016, Finn Balor faced Seth Rollins in the first ever match for the newly created Universal Championship. He won. He became the inaugural Universal Champion in one of the most significant clean victories of his career. The next night on Raw, he relinquished the title. During the SummerSlam match, his back had collided with the barricade during a move from Rollins. His shoulder was dislocated. He pushed it back into place and finished the match. He won the championship and could not hold it for 24 hours. In 2026, the structure was different, but the result was identical. Balor earned something at SummerSlam, performed in his match, and walked away from the event without the prize he had come to collect. In 2016, the injury ended his reign before it started. In 2026, a booking decision ended his reign before the bell rang. He was not pinned in either case. He was not defeated cleanly.
I have to relinquish this title, but rest assured.
The booking decision to add Gunther and Owens served two performers' storylines directly. For Zayn, being in a fatal four-way meant he could lose without being pinned by Balor in a clean singles match, protecting his credibility as a top babyface who had just held the WWE Championship. If Balor had beaten Zayn one-on-one, Zayn's status takes a hit. He was a 9-day champion who was then beaten cleanly by a challenger. The fatal four-way allowed Zayn to be pinned by Owens, his best friend, his emotional counterpart, which made the loss narratively meaningful rather than credibility reducing. For Gunther, the addition served a different purpose entirely. Gunther was inserted specifically because of his feud with Nick Aldis, the SmackDown GM who had attacked him with a title belt at Saturday night's main event. Adding Gunther to the match gave Aldis an in-ring excuse for the insertion, while simultaneously extending the Aldis-Gunther program. Bret Hart's Survivor Series match had been booked as a singles match, then had its finish changed without his knowledge.
Wait a minute, what? Nick Aldis! Nick Aldis!
After SummerSlam 2026, Finn Balor posted on Instagram stories. A fan had created a graphic of Balor looking at the undisputed WWE Championship. Balor reposted it and added a single word, "soon." That word is doing a significant amount of work. It is not a complaint. It is not an acknowledgement that anything went wrong. It is a statement, quiet, specific, confident, that the destination has not changed, only the timeline. Finn Balor is 45 years old. He has been in WWE's main roster since 2016. He has been the inaugural Universal Champion, a multi-time Intercontinental Champion, the co-founder and first NXT Champion as Fergal Devitt in Japan, and one of the most technically accomplished performers WWE has had on its SmackDown roster in recent years. He has also been, across that same span, one of the performers most consistently placed in matches designed to serve someone else's story. The 2026 SummerSlam Fatal 4-Way is the most recent example of a pattern his fan base has documented across a decade. He earned a singles match. Here's the pattern. Stated plainly, Finn Balor wins the inaugural Universal Championship at SummerSlam 2016 and relinquishes it the next night due to injury. He returns, spends years in and out of the main event picture, wins championships, delivers consistently strong matches, and is routinely positioned as the person the match needs rather than the person the match is about. He earns a singles title match at SummerSlam 2026. He is already in the ring. Two people are added before the bell rings. He hits his finish. The pin is broken up. He is not the final sequence. He posts soon. This is not a complaint about Kevin Owens' return, which was a genuinely effective piece of television that gave the crowd one of the biggest pops of the night and set up a compelling program with CM Punk. This is a specific observation about the institutional cost of that return. Someone paid for it. Kevin Owens versus CM Punk is a compelling program that WWE has genuinely good reason to build around. The cost of building it this way was absorbed by one performer. Finn Balor said, "Soon, subscribe to Alpha War Room, turn on notifications. This is the dark history, the highlight reel skips. See you in the next one."